Greetings once again from Eastern News 24. I see the bike Nkonye Chikweri Yazelo. Alright, today we'll be bringing to you the latest update on what is happening in the land of Ndibo and the whole entire Biafra land. Alright, in case this is your first time, don't forget to share, and once again, don't forget to subscribe. Alright, this news is according to the Biafran activist Wetala Bozi, as he quote, breaking news as it hot, as it happen. PM Simon Ekpa rejects Finland Bell negotiation. The reason will blow your mind. Alright, according to Yabo update Jimakewe Beni Rakuno Bosuru Chinketa na Eastern News 24. The activist Wotela Yabozi Rusina the Finland na Simon Ekpa ajigo Finland Bell negotiation offer in so kai gigoria bife one night Wotela no bosinketa diki yegia bife bigo kabaro kelia tani yani no. Over to you, sir.
And in this video, I shall be discussing and disclosing every single thing that you need to know and understand. Well, if you are busy right now, if you are doing something, I will advise you to get done with that thing first before watching this video, because this video is fully packed with info. It's a very, very detailed and well analyzed video that you definitely need to be ready to watch at this particular point in time. Yes, as we speak, Simon, a man held in the Finnish Correctional Center, has rejected all the bailing conditions outlined by the government of Finland. Yes, just in case you don't know, Simon, together with his lawyer in the person of Carl Gumeres, officially presented a bail application before the Päijät-Häme District Court in Finland. But then as we speak, the Päijät-Häme District Court brought up some stringent rules and regulations, some conditions that Simon must meet before you be granted bail. But then Simon has rejected all these bailing conditions, informing the court that these conditions are actually impossible to fulfill. They are very, very impossible to do because of the conditions attached with that application. In this video, I shall be discussing and disclosing every single thing, the content of these bailing applications, so you can see things for yourself and know how stringent or how difficult these applications or bailing requirements are in real sense. In this said video, we received a clear notification coming from some top scientists of the world. Yes, some scientists visited Eboland. They traveled to Enugu State, Anambra State, Abia State, Ebonyi State, and Imo to conduct some scientific field study. And they came back with interesting data that all Igbo person need to see and understand. You need to know how fertile your soil and your land is at this particular point in time. This is a video you never ever want to miss. At the same time, we also have a news coming from an individual, a top Fulani bandit in the northern region of the country. Yes, a top leader of Banditry in Nigeria came up recently and informed the federal government of Nigeria, headed by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to do something for him. And as we speak, the FG are contemplating if they should do it or not. What did this guy ask the federal government to do? In this video, you will get all answers, well explained and analyzed. Well, moving on swiftly, we also have a news coming from the desk of Cristiano Ronaldo. This guy currently is on a hot seat. He's on a hot and devastating seat as we speak, because the whole wide world are currently on his neck. What has Cristiano Ronaldo done, and why is the whole world currently calling for this guy's neck? Well, in this video, you shall be getting clear and distinctive answers for yourself. Well, moving on swiftly, we have a clear reportage coming from the White House. Yes, we've received an express reportage from the White House, from the desk of the president of the most powerful nation of the world, regarding Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of Nigeria. So the question here is, what is this info coming from White House, from the White House, regarding the president of the most populous black nation of the world? Well, in this video, we have answers for you. Interestingly, today in the afternoon around 2 p.m., we got a confirmation from Kano State, Nigeria, where a lot of protesters were seen on the street chanting and hailing Peter Obi, asking him to do one thing for them. Yes, a lot of protesters were seen today calling on Peter Obi to execute a decisive role for them. Why are Kano State indigents and indigents calling and chanting on the name of Peter Obi? Well, in this video, I will be critically analyzing every single thing that you need to know and understand at this particular point in time. Moving on swiftly, we've received a clear and straight up statements coming from the IPOB regarding the deal condition between the federal government of Nigeria and possibly Nnamdi Kanu. What is this condition? What are these deals? Well, you'll get your answers in this video briefing. With all of that being said, let's jump right into this video and showcase every single thing that you need to know and understand. This video is going to be fully packed, like I said, and you definitely don't want to miss any part of this whole briefing. So let's kick off. As stated previously, some scientists traveled and visited the 5 states of the southeast region of Nigeria, and they came up with a clear and highly distinctive reportage of the Eboland soil and its nutrients. Well, showing right now on your screen is something you need to know. It states, yes, it is accurate that scientists and others recognize Eboland as having fertile soil suitable for agriculture. Eboland, located in the tropical rainforest zone, is known for its rich soil, high agricultural productivity. The area's history deeply rooted in farming, with various crops like yams, cassava, and cocoyams thriving there. This is a clear reportage coming from scientists who visited the southeast region of Nigeria and disclosed that the Eboland is one of the best lands for agriculture in the whole of the continent. Yes, showing right now on your screen is the keynote and the key points where these guys did their research. Research were done on fertile soil, tropical rainforest zones, and so on and so forth. Feel free to pause this part of the video to extensively read this content and understand. Showing right now on your screen are some products harvested in Eboland just recently. As you can see, this scientist claims that Eboland have one of the best cucumbers in the world. And from these pictures, we can clearly see, how fresh and clean these cucumbers are. You can see how greenery and nutrient-packed these cucumbers are. So they're saying the Eboland is the best place, one of the best places to cultivate cash crops in the continent. Well, moving on swiftly, as stated previously, a popular bandit in Nigeria came up to make a surprising statement. A statement that will not sit well with you. That statement did not sit well with us. So the question here is, who is this leader? Who is this bandit? And what did he say? Well, just in case you don't know, the leader of banditry in Nigeria is known as Bello Turji. This guy came up recently, a couple of days back, and informed the government of Nigeria that, see, I want to surrender and I want you guys to help de-radicalize me. These are the statements coming from Bello Turji. That did not sit well with us, because how can you de-radicalize a man who has caused mayhem in the society? We're showing right now on your screen are some of the crimes and offenses this man has committed in the past years and in the past month. As you can see, these are high cases. These are crimes that you cannot forgive the offender. You cannot forgive them. You cannot de-radicalize them. And this man has informed the FG that, see, you must take me in, because now I want to be a repentant bandit. At the same time, some security experts from Niger Republic and Chad have warned the federal government sternly regarding this statement coming from Bello Turji. Well, showing right now on your screen is a post coming from Daily Post. It reads, "Notorious bandit kingpin, Bello Turji surrender not genuine, security experts." This article also went a step further to give us more clarity. It states, a counterinsurgency expert and security analyst in Lake Chad region, known as Zakazola Makama, has said the reported decision of notorious bandit leader Bello Turji to surrender and accept peace is motivated by survivor, not genuine repentance. Makama stated this in reaction to a recently circulated video in which Turji expressed willingness to lay down his arms and embrace peace. This video, which went viral over the weekend, has stirred public speculation regarding the motive behind Turji's apparent change of heart. So as you can see, security experts of the world have informed Nigeria to don't even buy into the idea. You can't take this man in as a repentant soldier who fought for the banditry in Nigeria. You need to prosecute him the moment you lay your hands in. But surprisingly, some leaders, northern leaders, are doing something that nobody will ever think of. These guys are currently planning on taking this man in and probably de-radicalize him in the future. We'll take a look at this post coming from Daily Post. It states, Turji must release all hostages to prove peace commitment. And this statement is coming from the government of Sokoto State. The article also went a step further to give us more clarity. The Sokoto State government has called on notorious bandit leader Bello Turji to demonstrate genuine commitment to peace by releasing all kidnapped victims and halting attacks on rural communities. the security advisor to Governor Ahmed Aliyu in the person of Colonel Ahmed Usman, made the call following a widely circulated audio in which Toji reportedly expressed interest in dialogue and urged other bandit leaders to embrace peace. Speaking in Sokoto, Usman said, while the government welcomed my indication of peace, such claims must be backed by meaningful action. So as you can see, these individuals are currently buying into the idea of a bandit in the country. This is crazy. It doesn't make sense in any way, shape or form. Moving on swiftly, let's take a look at what has happened to Cristiano Ronaldo. As we speak, the whole wide world are currently criticizing this man because of something he did. Yes, just recently, we all know that Diogo Jota, a footballer who played for Liverpool Football Club, domiciled in England, lost his life in an auto crash. Yes, sadly enough, Diogo Jota was buried yesterday, and a lot of superstars were present at his burial ceremony. A lot of footballers, his teammates, his countrymen, friends, family, and well-wishers traveled to witness the burial in person. But Cristiano Ronaldo did not go. Instead, he was spotted in Spain having a good time on a vacation with his potential wife and kids. We'll take a look at this article showing right now on your screen where it states, Cristiano Ronaldo criticized for missing Diogo Jota's funeral, but there is a responsible explanation. It states, and I quote, Cristiano Ronaldo's absence from the funeral of Diogo Jota's brother Andrew Silva has generated intense debate in Portugal. The Al Nassr striker, who shared a dressing room for years with Jota in the Portuguese national team, did not attend the ceremony held in Gondoma, which earned him numerous criticism, justifying that, at least as a captain, you should have been present. Yes. So we don't even know why this man, Ronaldo, did not pay the family a visit, or at least come to the funeral, be there, and you can leave afterwards. We don't even know why. But he was spotted on that same day having a good time with his family members in a resort center somewhere in that part of the world. We're moving on swiftly. Let's take a look at something that has happened that probably will send a lot of fears and shivers into the heart and mind of the president of Nigeria. Yes, just in case you don't know, recently, the president of the most powerful nation of the world, Donald Trump, had a meeting with African countries. Yes, he invited some presidents in West Africa and Central Africa to travel and have a closed-door meeting with him. Interestingly, Tinubu's name was absent. Tinubu was snubbed by the president of USA. But then, as we speak, we've received an exclusive info regarding why Donald Trump chose to snub the president of Nigeria. Well, for a clearer picture, a better understanding, take a look at this article coming from Africa World TV. It states, why the USA snubbed Nigeria's president, Tinubu, and called the other 5 West African heads of state for Washington meeting this week. By Dr. David Yonkorach Matsanga. A source close to White House told me that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been sidelined in a meeting called by the president of the USA, Donald Trump, that includes 5 West African states to Washington this week. In recent diplomatic developments, the US and key Western powers have deliberately excluded Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from critical ECOWAS security meetings. This exclusion is rooted in long-standing concerns over Mr. Tinubu's unresolved involvement in the 1993 US narcotics forfeiture case. Yet, Nigeria is seen and continues to assert itself as a regional leader watched by France. As you can see, this is an exclusive info coming from an individual who resides in Washington and who have first-hand info regarding the way and manner and why Donald Trump snubbed the president of the most populous black nation of the world. This is a shocker and a shame at the same time. Moving on swiftly as we speak, some youths domiciled in Kano State were seen chanting and calling on Peter Obi to do something for them. Well, for better understanding, take a look at this article showing right now on your screen. It states northern protesters in Kano had taken to the streets and urged Peter Obi to run in the 2027 amid economic hardship in the country. So as you can see, individuals in Kano State called on Peter Obi to come and save them from the hardship embedded in the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This article also went a step further to give us more clarity. It states, according to post from this X handle at PO Grassroots M, Monday, July 7th of 2025, had claimed residents of Kano State staged a peaceful protest calling on former presidential candidate Peter Obi to contest in the 2027 Nigerian presidential elections. The demonstrators expressed deep frustration over the acute economic hardship and rising hunger. They attribute to the administration of President Bola Tinubu, who assumed office in May of 2023. This is a massive one. But at the same time, this might be a trap for Peter Obi. If this guy feel like, hey, people from Kano State now loves me and they want me to run, it might be a strategy to put off Peter Obi in a situation he wouldn't want to find himself at this particular point in time. So this man should calm down, do his understudy properly, do his calculations to the T, and make sure decisions are taken accurately and perfectly. And don't listen to anybody asking you to do something for them. Some might be coming from a place of love, while others might be a strategy to hook you in. Well, moving on swiftly, we have a notification. We received a notification coming from the IPOB regarding Nnamdi Kanu's case in the DSS facility. Just in case you don't know, the federal government of Nigeria are going to strike a deal with Nnamdi Kanu in the coming days so as to potentially release him afterwards. But as we speak, the IPOB has informed Dave Umahi, the individual who broke the news, that see, we are no longer interested. The IPOB are not interested in your deals. Well, take a look at this article coming from the Vanguard. It reads, IPOB rejects Umahi's claim of negotiations for Kanu's release. It also gave us more clarity in a statement signed by the group's spokesperson, Comrade Emma Powerful. IPOB warned against what is called laughable propaganda and insulting narratives, suggesting that Kanu is seeking conditional release from the Nigerian government. There is no negotiation whatsoever that involves Mazi Nnamdi Kanu accepted any so-called conditions from the Nigerian government. None, absolutely none, IPOB declared. And like I said, this is coming from Emma Powerful, stating that nobody's interested in your terms and conditions. Nobody's interested in your deals or whatsoever. But the question here is, are the IPOB in the right place to speak for Nnamdi Kanu? This man has spent 4 years, and going forward is going to be 5 years in the DSS facility. Do you think he wouldn't want to listen or probably negotiate for an unconditional release? Yeah, definitely he would want to do that. Don't forget that this man was abducted illegally. Him being there in custody is already illegal. So anything that will be done in good faith is highly welcome. Yes, moving on swiftly, while making this video, we stumbled on a massive video and pictures coming from the country of the UK. Yes, just in case you don't know, USB supporters were seen having a good time in the UK. Showing right now on your screen are some pictures and videos taken from that gathering, where we could see a lot of people chanting the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, waving the USB flag and having a good time while dancing, at the same time protesting calmly. Well, for better understanding, take a look at this publication coming from an individual known as Chinasa. It states, today, IPOB UK has demonstrated that it is possible to build and gather Biafrans quietly without making much noise. This is the IPOB UK that they almost ruined with their lack of discipline and horrible attitude of I'm not answerable to you except Mazi Kanu. The IPOB leadership calmly and quietly saves the IPOB UK family from those dreadful individuals determined to ruin the IPOB due to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's absence. And this, like I said, is coming from the UK, released a couple of hours ago. And now let's go to the most interesting and to the most fascinating part of this whole video briefing. As stated previously, Simon has rejected and refused all the bailing conditions, or some of the bailing conditions that were presented in front of him. So the question here is, what are these bailing conditions? What are the stringent conditions stipulated in that contract that Simon was expected to sign, but he turned it down? Well, let me showcase every single thing that you need to know and understand. They submitted 10 stringent conditions that Simon must meet or fulfill. But then, out of these 10, 5 conditions are almost impossible to deal with, or 5 of these conditions feels like a trap to put Simon in a very, very tight corner. Well, let's go through some of these conditions one after the other. The 5 conditions that will feel like are very stringent in nature. Showing right now on your screen is the very first condition that Simon has rejected, which states surrender of all global travel documents, including diplomatic or dual national passports. The condition states Simon must surrender not only his Nigerian Finnish passport, but also any passport issued to him by any country, territory, or diplomatic body, real or alleged, within 72 hours. And as we speak, Simon isn't too interested in submitting all of his travel credentials. Yes, it feels like it's probably a trap to keep him in, or probably they want to, one way or the other, still get full records on him. We don't know why Simon did not sign this particular conditions. It's not too difficult when you take a look at it to submit all your travel documents, your passports, everything that has to do with you traveling internationally. It's something that it's common in a bailing condition. So we don't know why Simon had to turn this particular one down. Moving on swiftly, let's see other conditions that he rejected. The third one that he rejected is a public apology broadcast simultaneously in 10 countries. The condition states he must issue a coordinated live video apology aired across national broadcasters in Nigeria, Finland, UK, USA, Germany, Canada, South Africa, Cameroon, France, and Israel within 14 days. This is a massive one. Just in case you don't understand, Simon will come out and apologize to 10 countries of the world. I don't know what they expect him to say, and we don't even know why he's going to apologize. We don't even know the reasons behind his apology. We don't even know, but Simon did not agree to this, because if he says, okay, I will apologize to these countries, the question here is, what are you apologizing on or about? Whatever you say can still be used against you in the future. Hope you know what I'm saying. Whatever he says can still be used against him. A new lawsuit can be filed tomorrow and he will be rearrested. So he turned down this particular condition that states he needs to tender a public apology broadcast that will be simultaneously aired in 10 countries of the world. We don't even know why. We don't even know the reasons behind this particular condition. Well, just in case you know, please leave us a comment in the comment section and fully explain what you think is the reason behind this particular one. Well, moving on swiftly, Simon also turned down or rejected the 7th condition, which is immediate disarmament of all Biafran-linked militants. The condition states, before bail is granted, Simon must personally facilitate the disarmament and surrender of all armed groups allegedly loyal to his directives. We don't know what these people are talking about here. Yes, but this condition, it's clear and simple. If you are trying somebody that you've caught red-handed or who is heavily linked with armed groups in the country, you did not catch him with any arm, and we don't know where this condition is coming from, but it's very, very stringent. This, like the other one, is something if you agree to, you're automatically shooting yourself on the foot, because you are agreeing to some of these things, meaning that you are linked with armed men in Nigeria. You are linked with individuals who operate secretly in the southeastern region of Nigeria. And Simon intelligently did not agree to this one. He has turned it down, but we don't even know why this was presented in the first place. Well, moving on swiftly, let's take a look at the other conditions presented before him. The 8th, which he rejected, is submission of DNA to global intelligence agencies. The condition here stipulates he must submit his biological and biometric data to Interpol, CIA, Mossad, and Nigerian DSS, and agree to 247 surveillance by all 4 agencies simultaneously. How possible is this? This is very, very stringent. This is something you give a top terrorist of the world to do as a condition. But someone like Simon, this is highly, to me, not necessary at this particular point in time. But as you can clearly see, he needs to submit a DNA, voice, and retinal data. Just in case you understand, he will submit his DNA, submit a voice recording sample. That is to say, his voice samples will be taken. He will be asked to pronounce certain words. He will be asked to make certain phrases, and he will also be asked to make certain sentences. His voice will be recorded in a database, and it's going to be used to generate different back-end data and also retinal data. This is, they will take captures of his eyes properly. Yes, Simon will agree to his eye samples being taken, and this probably can be used for further intelligence to probably produce other allegations or charges in the future. But Simon did not agree to this. This article also states why it's impossible. Coordinating between international spy agencies in this way is practically and politically unworkable. And lastly, take a look at the condition. The last condition he said no to, and this is court-mandated public renunciation of Biafra live on national and international television. So as you can see, it states condition, Simon must deliver a 2-hour televised speech denouncing Biafra, IPOB, and all associated movements under oath, and why attached to a lie detector monitored by foreign embassies. Massive, massive one. So just in case you don't understand, Simon must come on a live TV broadcast that will last for 2 hours, and he must openly renounce or denounce his affiliation with the IPOB movement, the USB movement, and this whole program will be televised on national television and international TV in all part of the world. This will be televised on YouTube, social media platforms, Facebook, Instagrams, and so on and so forth. And the whole speech will last for 2 hours. This is a massive one. I don't know who can speak for 2 hours denouncing a particular topic on and on. Well, we don't even know why this condition was stipulated, but Simon said he's not going to do it. Yes, he's not interested in doing this. He'd rather stay in Kilamakoski and wait for his sentencing later this month. This is an interesting one coming from Nigeria and Finland at this particular point in time, which nobody was expecting, nobody saw coming, and nobody thought of this in any way.
Ndị be anyị ngwadalụ niile nụ dịka unu si wee na-esola n'iru akwụkwọ n'ihe nke anyị na-eme na Eastern News 24. Ka efi were ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife ndị a niile nọ n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị uhuruchi nke taa. Ka efi wee ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife drọpụrụ ife iche n'ụdị nke gị ngwa nke mesịa na ụmụnne m.